So guys, few days ago in one of my Wikicat videos, I got this comment. All right, Joseph was asking me how many zero do I think Wikicat is going to eliminate. Well, that is why I'm here. All right, so in today's video I am going to be sharing my price point, the price that I think Wikicat is going to be in the next few months with you guys. So sit back and watch, because I am going to give you details of how this can be achieved. All right, so if you have been eager to know when to sell your Wikicat, I think this video is for you. You should sit back and get to know the price point Wikicat is going to get to in the next few months. Okay, so welcome back. It's Ella. If this is your first time of seeing my video, please do well to like and subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining me. Do well to like and share with your friends and family. All right, so let's dive right into the video. So guys, before we jump into this video, I want to first of all state that this is not a financial advice. All right, so this is based on my little research that I've done and the things that I've followed up on Wikicat's project. All right, so I'm going to be listing some of the things that are going to affect, and make Wikicats, get to a particular price. First off, we have the supply. All right, so for a project to actually do well, the supply is very important. All right, so for Wikicat had a total supply of 1000 trillion, which 30% was born immediately after launching it, and 700 trillion, that is the 70%, was sent into circulation. But right now, as I am doing this video, the circulating supply of Wikicat is 553 trillion circulating supply. So the whole supply of Wikicat is in the market. And remember, the supply is very important, and you also know that there is buy and sell tax whenever the Wikicat is being traded in the market. All right, so the second thing that would affect the price of Wikicat again is the bond mechanism. Okay, so the bond mechanism is actually the is the tax from the buy and sell that goes on with Wikicat. If there is a buy and sell in the market, Wikicat actually bonds 1% of every buy and sell. All right, so everybody that is trading Wikicat right now from any part of the world is actually burning the circulating supply of Wikicat, making the supply to go lower. And this, we all know, when it comes to the supply and demand in the market, that the lower the supply, the higher the price. Okay, so the circulating supply of Wikicat is going lower. This will actually drive the price point of Wikicat to go higher. So that mechanism, that bond mechanism in Wikicat, is actually a very good factor that will give value to Wikicat. Okay, so that is it. So guys, the number three thing that will actually drive the price point of Wikicat is the mass adoption, the community. All right, so few weeks ago, we've been seeing how Wikicat have been going global. People from USA, Asia, India, all over the world are beginning to recognize Wikicat, and the community is very loud. I've seen several accounts from different parts of the world talk about Wikicat. Some big accounts, so many big accounts are beginning to talk about Wikicat. That is to tell you that their community is loud and they are actually driving mass adoption of Wikicat. So the mass adoption of Wikicat all over the world will actually make people buy, and the more they buy, the more their holders are increasing. Okay, so the community is one of those things that's actually going to drive the price point of Wikicat. Once there are more investors, once there are more money in the market, the price will actually go high. So the community is a very good factor that will drive the price point of Wikicat. And remember, anything about cryptocurrency goes with number. Okay, the community is, it has to be loud. All right, the numbers of the community have to be loud. So investors actually look out for projects that have the community, they have the numbers, before they invest their token into them. And Wikicat is one of those projects that have the numbers. Their community is very loud, their community is very transparent and open. So the community is one of those things that will drive the price point of Wikicat to go. Another factor that will actually drive the price point of a project to gain value is utility. All right, so a project that is just here for fun can actually do numbers, but what will actually sustain that numbers is the utility such projects bring. All right, and as for Wikicat has already built utility around the token. All right, so Wikicat have utility like Penny Wallet, SMC DAO social app, Penny Remit, and they're also building a fintech cryptocurrency bank. All right, so you can see that the utility around Wikicat is growing by the day. So utility is one of those things that gives value to a crypto project, and once there is utility, the price of that project tends to grow higher. Okay, so with all the utility surrounding Wikicat, I think these are utility that will actually bring value, bring investors that will invest in the project. Guys, another factor that usually drives crypto projects price high is major centralized exchange listing. All right, for the past few weeks now, Wikicat have been gaining visibility. Some crypto exchanges have been listing Wikicat, and I can tell you this has really brought in so many investors into the Wikicat market. All right, so there are major exchange listing that will actually drive the price point of Wikicat. More like if Binance lists Wikicat now, and Binance is the major exchange all over the world. So if Binance gets to list Wikicat, there's a very high possibility that the price is going to surge so high. The price is going to do so well. So the major exchange listings is a very crucial factor that usually drive price point of any crypto project. Okay, so with Wikicat, with what we are seeing around Wikicat, I think Binance is planning on listing Wikicat, though it has not yet been confirmed. But with the recent posts from different Binance social platform tagging Wikicat, calling on Wikicat communities, different Binance staff, talking about Wikicat, with different big influencers in the market talking about Wikicat, I can tell you that Binance will actually list Wikicat sooner or later. All right, so this is a very big one that will actually make Wikicat's price surge so high. So if I were you, I will buy some bag of Wikicat right now and keep for myself. Okay, so make sure you have your bag of Wikicat. Do not wait for when the price is rising and then you then FOMO in. All right, make sure you've gotten your bag of Wikicat and it's ready down. So with all this I have said, I can tell you Wikicat will do so well. Wikicat might even do more than Shiba Inu. All right, and with the born mechanism of Wikicat, it is quite difficult for you to actually predict a price point. So for Joseph that have been asking me how many zero do I think Wikicat will eliminate, my dear, I can tell you that Wikicat will eliminate a lot of zeros, but I cannot tell okay this is what is going to eliminate, because as the token is being burnt, all right, the price is going higher. And if I tell you okay it's going to eliminate two zeros, and at the end of the day it might do more than that, you might not take my word for it. All right, you might think that okay I'm not serious, but with everything I have explained here, I can tell you Wikicat will do so well. It will do so well with the mass adoption, with the global adoption. If Binance gets to list it, with the bomb mechanism, I can tell you Wikicat will do marvelously well, but I cannot pinpoint the price. All right, I was a few of my community members few days ago. I was talking to them about, we're just discussing about the price point of Wikicat, and at the end of everything we all realize that nobody can actually predict a price point for Wikicat, because there are so many factors that is surrounding Wikicat, and which has given Wikicat so much value that we might even see Wikicat at $1 or $0.8. We never can tell, but the value that Wikicat has is a very unique one that we actually make investors come in, people invest their money in. And I can tell you the bond mechanism also is going to give it more value. So let us watch, but while watching make sure you have your Wikicat in your bag. All right, so that is it from me. For Joseph, I think I have answered your question about the price point of Wikicat. And to every other person that is, trying to get the price point of Wikicat, I believe all I have explained in this video will help you understand the value around Wikicat and the price point. All right, the value will actually drive the price of Wikicat, but we cannot pinpoint the exact price point that Wikicat is going to get to. I have seen several people on X talk about the price of Wikicat, it getting to 0.08, it getting to $1, it getting to $3. We never can tell, all right, because there is so much that there is so much factor that will actually drive the price of Wikicat to go high, all right. But the best thing you should have in mind that is that Wikicats have a lot of utility, it has a lot of value, it has a community to drive it to a higher price point that you're looking out for. Okay, so that is it all for my video today. If you find this video very engaging, please do well to subscribe and share with your family and friends. Okay, also, this is my prediction, all right, this is my prediction. I would love to know from you also, what do you think is going to be the price point of Wikicat? Drop it in the comment section. I also want to hear from you, all right, because I myself, I would love to hear from every other person their thought on Wikicat, the price they feel that Wikicat is going to get to. Do you think that Wikicat will be bigger than Shiba Inu of 2021? If you think so, please drop it in the comment section. And that will be all for this video. See you on my next video.